Hello, and thank you for taking the time to learn how to use Lubbock Radiology's PACS system. To start off, I want to point out the fact that when you load up Internet Explorer, you can go to this webpage, https://pacs.lubbockdiagrad.com, will bring you to the login page for the PACS system. I'm going to log in with my username and password that has been assigned to me by Lubbock Radiology. Once I enter my username and password and hit enter, it will automatically download the PACS viewer on my local PC and bring me to their PACS work list. Now all of my patients that have been sent to Lubbock Radiology will show up on the list under this folder called My Patients as soon as I log in. Over on the right hand side, I'll see a list of studies with the most recent at the top, floating down to the bottom. I can search for a specific patient by typing in the patient's name below the patient name search box, or any of these other fields that I might know about the patient to search for a specific study. If I left click on a study, instantly I'll see other exams for this patient, as well as the report for the selected exam, all at my fingertips, all on this one screen. I can use the wheel on my mouse to scroll through the report. And ultimately, when I'm ready to look at the images, I can simply double-click on the study on the PACS work list. The images load up in a very simple image viewer. 2 sequences will automatically load, and as I scroll the wheel on my mouse, the images will scroll in sync. All of the sequences for this exam are available in thumbnails here. I can change the sequence I'm looking at by left-clicking and dragging a new sequence onto the image monitor. As you can see, the sequences remain synced together, showing me my current slice location on the sagittal images. And vice versa, when I switch my mouse over to the sagittal, it shows me my current location on the axial. I have some simple image viewing tools available to me as well. There's a ruler, and I'm just holding down the left mouse button and dragging it. There's the ability for me to zoom the image by clicking on the zoom button. Additionally, I can move the image around to recenter it if I'd like. If I have the patient with me, I might want to point out things to the patient. I can click on the text button, draw an arrow, and type in what the text would be. And click the OK button. And now here's my arrow with my text. I may want to look at a prior exam side by side. And if you remember from the work list page, I did have a prior C-spine for this patient. You'll notice above the images, there's a toolbar with a couple of drop-down boxes. This box here that says exam, if I were to left-click on that one, I'll see all my prior exams for this patient, and just for this patient. I'll choose a prior exam, and the images will load up side by side next to my originally loaded exam. I can see that the patient's date for the prior exam was 12/22/2010. I can see that it's also an MRI of the C-spine. And also, the font for the prior exam is red to make it clear that this is a prior exam and not the currently more recent exam. And just like before, I can drag over the sequence that I'd like to look at side by side. If I click on my original exam, I'll have the thumbnails from my original exam. If I click on my prior exam, I'll have the thumbnails from my prior exam. If I want to see the report again, there's a button right over here to load up the report. And I can scroll through. If I want to close this exam, get back to my work list screen, and potentially load up another exam, I can hit the close button. Now as I click on the next exam, instantly the priors, if any, will load up here, and the report will load up at the bottom. Everything refreshes automatically and instantly. To load up the next exam, simply double-click, and just as before, we're back into the image viewer. Now when I'm done and I want to log out of the system completely, down at the bottom there's an exit button. Looks like an arrow pointing out the door. Or if I go back to my work list page, the same icon is on my work list as well to exit out of the program. Again, thank you for taking the time to learn how to use Lubbock Radiology's new PACS system.